starting with the design meant that not only did I have to think about a design that just, on the one hand, this project afforded me the opportunity to be like, what can I do that I've never been able to do before? Like if I don't have to worry about serving a script, it means the physical footprint of the set can take up more space. However, working with a company of performers that was going to then come in and use the set as the inspiration for the piece sort of meant that it couldn't just be a sculpture that had no room for people. Like I did have to think about how to make a sculptural form that still had some purchase for the performers. Three-dimensional space operates on the human body in an undeniable way, and in a very powerful way. So in the past, I've always felt like, well, that is something that should can and should be harnessed for dramatic potential. And so certainly at the beginning of this process, that was a big question in our minds. Like, is this going to be kind of like an installation that the audience walks through? But I kind of decided in maybe a kind of perverse challenge to myself that I did not want to move the audience, that I wanted to do this piece in a proscenium kind of setup. I think maybe on the one hand because the power of three-dimensional space is so undeniable, and it's almost like too easy. Like I know that if I move the audience and design a certain route for them, that there will be a power in that. But I think I wanted to see if I could evoke that same feeling by manipulating different aspects of the design, by changing the aperture, by changing the scale, by changing the depth of the space, changing the volume of the space. And we did do a workshop several months ago, sort of in the midst of our development process, and showed some material. And one person said that, it was like, although I was sitting in the audience, removed from what was going on stage, I felt this kind of ickiness, or I felt, there's certain things in the piece that we've put in to evoke a real, visceral and corporeal sense, and that person said that they felt that even though they were not actually physically experiencing it. And I think that was the greatest thing to hear, that we could awaken this corporeal sense by manipulating the visual and spatial field that they're experiencing.